What you heard was nothing but the vibe.
It's a vibe.
Feels like only yesterday that we were together. When you say goodbye, I know you mean forever.
I'm so glad for you. Tell me what to do. We're so far apart. It's breaking my heart. Feels like only yesterday that we were together. When you say goodbye, I know you meant it forever. I'm so glad for you. Tell me what to do. We're so far apart. It's breaking my heart.
Yo, what up? Hey, I'm not supposed to be on here. These are these girls' show. Ava and Angela are doing it in full effect, man. Thank y'all for returning to the V and O vibes. Yo, they did it last week. I'm just here because I gotta wish my baby a happy birthday, number one. I have no more children left, y'all. I am childless. My youngest in my last turned 18 today. Shout out to my baby. Kyla, happy birthday, baby. I left her birthday party because I believe in this. We had a surprise birthday party for her. I believe in this. Happy birthday, baby. I love you. Gina, Dag is here, y'all. In what, 3 days on the 9th? Yo, it's here. It's here. So y'all check her out. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, it's going to be live and popping in Vegas. If you can't make it out there, if you don't plan on going out there, check her out, man. Gina.
Hey, Chicago and Northwest Indiana, get ready for a road trip to Las Vegas, Nevada. Come celebrate the 3rd Annual Literary Award Show and VIP Gala in Las Vegas, Wednesday, November 9th, presented by Gina Gatson and the Distinguished Authors Guild. If you are an author, writer, publisher, business owner, producer, editor, or if you are someone who wants to connect with movers and shakers in the literary world, grab your tickets at Eventbrite, keyword Distinguished Authors Guild. Call Gina Gatson at 219-742-4305. 219-742-4305. Gina Gatson and the Distinguished Authors Guild will be honoring the past and celebrating the future. The 3rd Annual DAG Literary Award Show and VIP Gala is a black tie event. For tickets, call Gina Gatson at 219-742-4305. 219-742-4305, or go to Eventbrite and type Distinguished Authors Guild. Proceeds from ticket sales goes towards scholarships for first-year creative writing college students. If you can't make it to Vegas, you may use your ticket for the virtual viewing November 10th. We look forward to seeing you November 9th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Wheels up!
Y'all check her out. Yo, I told Ava, she put me out, y'all. She told me, Otis, don't nobody want to see you. I said, it's yours. It's yours. They didn't come to see you, Otis, so I'm gone. I'm gone. Without further ado, my homegirl, she explained everything to y'all about these V&O vibes. I'm out.
Tonight. Thank you. Welcome to V&O Vibes. We're missing my beautiful co-host tonight, Angela. She is under the weather, so prayers up for a speedy recovery. There's my boo right there. But tonight we're gonna have a little bit of fun. I'm feeling so much better. This week has been a little bit of a struggle for me, psychologically and physically, but feeling great. And so we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna switch up the topic because Angela isn't here, so we're gonna switch it up. We got a guest coming on, and the topic tonight is, what type of woman does a man really want? but I have a little twist to it for our guest, and he doesn't know what it is. So let's bring on our guest, Armand, to the show. Thank you. Welcome. You're muted there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I hear some twist and turn that I don't know.
There's a little twist. You know, I have
All
to
right.
have to twist
Okay.
some things up, shake it up a little bit, make it a little bit more fun, interesting, but it's all
All
for
right.
kicks,
Okay.
It's your opinion. This is the views and opinions, so
Yes, ma'am. I respect that.
All right, so I will go with and say that you might be speaking for about 80% of men, though.
That's fine.
Okay.
But
Okay.
can I just say one thing before you get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to my lovely wife, Quintisha Baskin. I love you. I'm just answering questions, baby. I don't know nothing about nothing. So I'm just letting it be known. Let's put that out in the street now. I ain't getting in no trouble for nothing. No, man.
And you know what? I'm happy you said that because that was actually going to be one of my first questions if you were
Well,
married, divorced, or single,
yes, ma'am.
because that actually plays on the perspective that you're going to give too.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
But I can say I'll be unbiased though. I'll be honest about
okay.
it.
Okay. All right. Ready for it?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
So, what type of woman do men really want? But does a man really know how to attain the woman that he really wants?
So
So,
first question out the gate, you just swinging for the fence, huh?
hey, you part A. We go part A. That was
Okay.
the twist. That was
All
the
right.
twist. So,
Okay.
so
I
part
like
A.
that. All right.
Part A. What type of woman does a man really want? What is he out there trying to get?
So I know it's not right to ask a question with a question, but in this instance, how old is this gentleman? It's a lot of different ways we can go. Are we talking about a young man? Are we talking about a teenager? Are we talking about, a young adult, 18 to 21? Are we talking about a grown man? It's several different ways to answer that. That's the only reason why I'm asking that question.
Okay, that's fair. That is super fair because you know what? I'm gonna say this. Uh, my boo, my co-host Angie, she is not here today, but her and I we were just speaking about this and you saying age just the other day, and you just the other day.
Mhm.
So because there is a difference in minds, right? In those
Yes, ma'am.
age groups. So I'm gonna just start with the 30s. And the reason why I'm gonna say the 30s is because I feel like when you're in your 20s, that's your time that you should be really learning yourself, right? I don't
Yes.
think men especially really don't even know who they are in their 20s, but that's just me saying that as a woman. But so I'm gonna say let's start with let's do the 35 to 40 age
Oh, so
range.
we talking grown. We talking got a
We
little
talking
seasoning.
grown.
Okay, that's my demographic. So
Okay,
what
let's go.
what he should be looking for?
Yes, what should he be looking
Okay,
for?
he should honestly at that age, at 35 to 40, I'm sorry to say it, but it's past time to be trying to find somebody to wife if you don't already have one. You're trying to, you know what I'm saying? All of that old, let's go to the club and let's see how many girls I can kick it with, how many numbers I can get. That should be long gone,
Right.
first and foremost. That's
Okay.
where it all come into play. That's why some women be like, oh, he played too many games. Because if you 35 and you still, I feel that. And I'm a
But it's a
man.
lot of them that's like that.
Yeah, so at 35, you should be dating to marry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just no something to do. It never goes back. You can
Okay.
never get that time back. So that's,
That-
to me personally, at 35, if you're dating, you know what I'm saying, unless you just celibate and you give completely just sustaining yourself from all of that, I believe you should be dating to marry.
Okay. But what is he looking for to marry? What's the woman? What's the type?
Well, for me, I'm gonna speak for me. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was just, I honestly, I prayed about wanting to be married because I was doing, out there in the world doing what I wasn't supposed to be doing. It all amounts to nothing. So for me personally, I prayed that I just wanted to find a wife. I wanted to find, have a companion. I've been through a lot in my 40 years, almost 41 years. You know what I'm saying? So I need somebody that's going to be able to connect with me emotionally. Basically, just somebody that's going to be able to deal with me because it's a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and if she can do half of that, we can work with the other half. So I prayed about it, and no lie, I met my wife straight up, and it has, so that was just me personally. I was just tired. You go through so much, and I'm sure women be the same way. You tired of playing, just like, most women. I heard you and Angela ask me, y'all tired of playing game. I respect that. I respect that, but you got to be willing to give something to get it. So
That's true.
Me.
Okay. So you're saying for you it was a mentally strong woman that you were looking for.
Well, mentally strong, but some fun. You know what I'm saying? I was like me and my wife can tell whoever, I was just broke up. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot. Suffered through, depression and different things like that. So for me, my wants and needs list, it was like, if we gonna kick it, we gonna get married for real, because I was just at a point where I wasn't really letting people in my space like that, because I was going through a lot, but I hid it. You know what I'm saying? I did everything in my power to hide it. So yeah. Yeah.
So it's something that I identify in what you said was you prayed for it, which means that you acknowledged what it is that you needed.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times men don't do that. They just still they're not taking time for themselves to really recognize what it is that they may truly need. So let's speak on that. How does a man get to that point?
I mean, honestly, I was just fed. I was like, fed, you tired, man, like with anything, just like they say, and I know it might sound cliche, but R. Kelly said it best: when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? So when you at wit's end, what's left to do? You know what I'm saying? And for me, I had to pray. You know what I'm saying? Because I had some crazy little ways. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that I needed some assistance, and I couldn't do it by myself because I had tried. But on the flip side, you got to be careful for what you pray for. Because you'll pray for some stuff and get it and it ain't ready for it. And now you wasted time. That
part, not ready for it. Because then I feel like when a man's not ready for it, then they project. They project, and then their behaviors might start hurting ones, So yeah, you gotta be careful. I think I have a meme in my phone right now that says, enjoy, it says something like, and this is just right off the top of my head. Imagine hurting the woman that God sent to heal you.
Man, that's deep. That's deep.
So for you to say, you got to be careful what you pray for, because you might not be ready for it. Then that happens. So yeah. Another thing that you had mentioned though in saying all that was being ready, right? So being ready. When a man is searching, ready for that woman that they're looking, I'll just say searching, right? Does his financial status impact his thought process on him attaining that woman? You laugh.
So check this out. I'm listening.
Speaking for the 80%.
Right. I'm gonna answer all your questions. I promise you I am. But why you gotta do it to me like this? I mean, goodness gracious. But check it out. It does.
Okay.
And again, in this 80%, excuse my language, in this 80% that I'm speaking for, I'm mainly speaking for me. Because guess what? When I got with my wife, I probably had some lint, about 6 pennies to rub together and different things like that. But I still was confident because I know what else I could bring to the table. Okay. I may not have all the money in the world, but I sure can cook. I can clean, I can do this, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just really wanted to put myself in position to play. And then if we're like that, you're gonna work with me so I can get to where we need to be. Because at this point, it's a we. It ain't no I no more. It's us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think, you know, in a perfect world it shouldn't matter, but it does. And if 90% of the things that go wrong is because of money. I've dealt with it in my marriage, different things like that, and I'm confident I can speak about it. You
Mhm.
know, so yeah, money does play a huge. It shouldn't, but it does. That's just the world that we live in.
Okay. So let me hit you with this angle from it though.
Yes, ma'am.
So if a man sees a woman, right, and he wants to pursue this woman, he's like, this is the one, right? Would he pull himself back if he feels like he does not have or he's not financially where she may or where he thinks she wants him to be? Because a lot of times men don't even communicate that, right?
That could be a strong possibility, but in for me, in the same sense, a closed mouth don't get fed. She don't know what you got just from talking. You don't know what she got. Fine don't mean nothing. She could be the finest broke thing you ever seen. Just like me. You can see me, you can think I'm handsome and I ain't got nothing but kids and problems. You know, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's just me personally. I don't know what he said verbatim, but Kobe or somebody said the dumbest shot is the one you don't take. Closed mouth don't get fed. That's why today in 2022, it's a lot of women and a lot of men that's sitting around looking crazy, talking about some, I can't believe she got a man. Guess what? She wasn't scared to say nothing. She can look a mess. You don't know what somebody going through. So your little words and you can look crazy. I could be a model. You can look crazy, but depending on what I'm going through and what's going on around me, what you said to me can touch me enough to be like, you know what? Let's get it cracking. I don't care what they think. I know what type of person you are from how you treat me.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. But too, as we said, we talking about this 35 to 40 age group, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm 35. And I
Okay.
typically date, I don't think I've dated someone that's like right at my age, really.
Uh-huh.
Not. So they're typically like 5 years older or so, but that's still in the range, right? But what I have experienced is a lot of men right now in 2022 still do not know what or you know what? I'll say this. They might think they know what they want, but they don't know how to attain it.
So can I ask you a question? I want to stop you because I know you're going to get real deep, but I want to stop it. Put the shovel down for 1 second because I got something for that.
Because you're basing
Okay.
this on last week.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Listen to what I'm telling you. I ain't last week. Y'all did y'all thing. I told you how I felt about that. I respect it. No. This we talking about right now. Okay.
Okay, go.
So, with that being said, are you sure? Is it because what he wants doesn't align with what you think that he should want at that age, or is this based off of what he wants?
No, it's actually really based on what he wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. I'm just like, please, I hope she ain't talking about what off of something he said and what she think it should
No,
be.
no, no.
You basically
No.
going off of what somebody said to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
So there really are goofies out here
It's
in
really
2020.
goofies out here. It's really,
Man,
man. It's not that,
listen,
the fish in the sea. It's not.
listen. I'm
The
gonna tell
quality.
you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. No lie. My wife and I, we've been married 6 years. We made 6 years September 17th. Been together 7 years, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you. I sincerely appreciate that. And I can honestly say I'm so much better with her than without her. And the reason why I can say that because we've separated. We did, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to go different ways and different things like that. But, God see fit for us still to remain as one. So I done seen good, I done seen bad. My wife would tell me, well, babe, you got to do this, you got to do that. And to me, in the beginning, right, before I got sick, I took that as, like, dang, why she got all these demands for me? What you gonna do, right? But as I got sick, almost lost my life, me being on dialysis and different things like that, I hear her totally different. I hear
Mm.
her trying to basically trying to coach me. I take it as like a coaching, or just basically giving me a cheat code on how to basically like different love languages, because like we different. And she
Mhm.
always tell me that. I didn't understand it. I like, for real, I'm being honest with you. Like, man, well, when I love differently than she loves.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's important to know that too.
I did, but she taught me that. I'm still learning. My
Yeah.
wife, 36. She young, I got me a little tender, you know what I'm saying? When I got her, I got her, you know. Got me a little tender. So, she keep me together. She keep me situated. I love her to death. She dope. But, you gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to accept whatever that's gonna come with it. Because
Okay.
women ain't the only ones that gotta be what's the main word that men hate to hear? Oh, he don't know how to lead, he don't know how to do this. And so I let my wife lead. It's a lot of she got strong points that I don't. That don't
And
make
that's
me less of a
good.
man. That make me smart. I had to learn that though. You know how many arguments we got into off of silly stuff like that? Telling you, man. And again, I'm a man's man, but you gotta be, man. Listen, you gotta listen, man.
So, as a man's man, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that it was your age though that got you to that point, or was it the fact of what you had gone through, like you said,
I
your illness and
experienced
everything?
experience. Age ain't got nothing to do with that. Like I'm telling you, my wife is younger than me. Right? She
Well,
younger than me.
typically women are more mature, so
Man,
like
then
her age,
they be
your
telling
age,
us
I
we
like a
talking
balance.
puberty. Hey, we talking about puberty and stuff like that. We ain't talking. Well, grown is grown, but she's younger, but she keep me youthful because she's a go getter. My wife a business owner, dance group, one of the top. So she about that. She's got a very outgoing personality, and that's something that I had to get used to.
Hmm.
Because when your girl know everybody, and it ain't so much, she trying to do this or do that. She's just a popular person, and you got
Hmm.
to be willing to deal with what come with that too. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different aspects where, like as men, we really got to be on point. I ain't gonna lie, but I think women do as well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, speak on that. Speak
I
on
mean,
the
like,
women part. I just want to hear it.
okay, for like, I I just feel like submission it goes to both ways. You know what I mean?
Okay, I agree.
You got to be willing to submit to something. Like I said, in case of point in my relationship with my wife, I consider me being submissive because when it comes to like travel and different things like that, that's what she do. When it comes to planning stuff and doing this and doing that, that's what she do. I'm learning that I'm terrible with cash, so guess what? I'm gonna allocate my money, let my wife distribute money. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a mindset to do. When you go through enough and you've lost enough, and all you got to do is just be submit. That's to me. That's me submitting to my wife, saying, "Hey, you know what? I know this one of your strong points. You save money. I can't save nothing. Here you go."
Yeah.
That don't make me less of a man at all. That just means you know what? I want at the end of the month. I'd rather have some than none, and she gonna make sure I got some.
Okay. So most men do feel that it makes them less than, though, right? So then how does a woman navigate around that, or I should say, and you speaking for the 80%, right?
Hmm.
How do men overcome that thought process?
Communication.
That's it.
It's no other way. How can you?
But isn't it more so like ego and pride that kind of kick in? So how does a man relinquish that part of him to be like, okay, I'm gonna go
So,
ahead and be
hey,
submissive in that
hey,
way?
so check it out. I'm I I know I might get some heat for it, but whatever. But we're talking about men, 35 to 40, not boys. That shouldn't be an issue.
It shouldn't, but it is. It really is. Still in 2022, the 35 to 40-year-old range, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I I don't have an answer.
Yeah, okay. You say
Like
you're
on
like,
some,
I don't know.
I don't, because I mean, you know, I guess the times are so much different. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like on some real stuff, I'm so thankful that I ain't got to deal with that. Being single and all of that, it's too much, man. To me, it's too much. I'm straight. It's
You
too
say you
much.
straight. So
Yeah.
this so me and Angela, when we were speaking the other day, we're talking
Hmm.
about how a lot of men in our age group, that 35 to 40 age group, they typically are unhealed, you know, and what does that, do for the woman, right? Either they're going to just settle to have somebody, or they're gonna play therapist, right? That's what typically happens, right? They're gonna play therapist so they can settle and have somebody, right? Because
Hmm.
most people don't want to be alone.
Right.
Most people have a problem with being alone. A lot of people truly don't really love themselves deeply, right? To
Hmm.
just be with themselves, right? Especially men,
Right. Okay.
unfortunately, especially
Okay.
men.
Damn, you rough. You
I was just saying. So that is where
okay?
we can see so many women single, right? And men will then be like, oh, she's so independent, right? But it's because she's decided to not settle, right? Especially in this age group, okay? The age group that we're seeing.
Right.
So when there's a woman that is independent, she is the provider, right, in her own
Mhm.
household, which then means if she's, the go getter and successful in everything, she has picked up some masculinity, such as dominance and aggressiveness, because those are things that you need to be successful, right? To be that go getter and that hustler, right? Which means each time she taps into that, she loses a bit of her femininity.
Right.
Some men know how to attain that type of woman. Some men, not most, but some. So, what are your thoughts on a man and him attaining that type of woman? Because that's part of it. You gotta speak for the 80%.
I am, but man, I'm gonna answer this, but I got a rebuttal to this question.
You gotta rebut.
I
I'm good
definitely
with
got a
rebuttals.
rebuttal. I definitely got
God,
a rebuttal. But so okay, check it out. It's so funny that you're asking me all of these questions that I just happen to be in right now. My wife, business owner, right? Several businesses. The prominent figure in our city. You know, she actually just she uh she was invited to it. She got nominated for a couple of awards for this city awards, which is major. Then
okay,
last
congratulations,
week, yeah,
wife.
last week, 40 under 40 for entrepreneurs. Got an honor for that. So she has different other things that she does as well. Like I say, the dance studio. She has Curvy Girl Fitness. She do chair dancing classes. She has a lot of different things that she does. So it's multiple streams of income, right?
Right.
Me as her husband, and this is things that I had to learn, right? Because I've dealt with that, where you know what I'm saying. I wasn't working or whatever the case may be, and I would, like I said, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna make sure the house is good and different things like that. I'm gonna drop kids off, I'm gonna do whatever because she grinding, right? She
Hmm.
grinding, but with all of that's going on, we somewhere got to be a happy medium because he's still a man. He's still a man. So no matter how what you're doing, right? If you're doing what you're doing for the greater good of y'all, right? Do it. And that's why I think it got to be even killed. But this is something that I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? I had to really learn this stuff because really didn't understand it. Most men they think like Martin Payne. When Gina was making out, they want to be big dog, but sometimes you ain't really gotta be. You ain't gotta bark to prove you're a man.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
don't. So
That's
you know what I'm saying. But if you're not willing to learn that, or you know what I'm saying, your mind just has to be totally different. You know what I'm saying. If you really want a relationship, sustain a relationship. You know what I'm saying. Be successful because it's no failure without success. So you're gonna fail first. Stuff
yeah,
gonna go bad, but you gotta be
yeah.
willing to do it. That's why even for y'all last week's show, My question to you ladies was, okay, this is the type of man you want, right? I respect that. But what are you willing to give to get that man? And vice
Mhm.
versa. That would be my rebuttal to this question. Like, okay, what about the women that men are left to deal with? Nobody speak about that. What about that? Because women can be broken. You let it be known. Your ex got you feeling a certain type of way, right? So what about the fella that come in and don't know nothing about nothing? That's where the separation got to come in. You can't categorize every man by what happened last time. Because
That
we
is
all
true.
are men. We may be similar, but we totally different. Charge me with my crime when I commit it. I can't walk in the game with cuffs on. You know what I'm saying? I walk in the game, first date, I'm getting 25 to life for nothing. Just saying,
Right?
man. Let's be fair. Again,
Yeah. Yeah.
views and
So
opinions, and it's all out of respect, though.
yeah,
I ain't mad,
definitely.
for sure, for sure. Excuse me.
Definitely. Definitely. And I appreciate that. In saying that, right? What are we willing to give? And see, when you're talking about a woman that has been hurt, right?
Hmm.
Or been in a relationship, and I would even talk about myself.
Hmm.
I was married, um, have, three beautiful kids out of it and all of that. However, I had to go into the other role, right?
Hmm.
The role of being a single mom, and a provider for three kids, right? So now
Hmm.
each time, and that's what I was mentioning in my question to you, each time that I'm tapped into this, because I'm tapped into it right now, right? I
Hmm.
lose pieces of my femininity. That's
Right.
just what happens, right? It's a natural thing that happens because I have to. I have to be tapped into that other side of me because I'm the go-getter. I'm single mom. My kids are in different things at school, whether it's games, it's orchestra, band. They're into all that, and I have to navigate it all by myself, and then include, dang, did I even eat today?
Right.
All of that,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So so then your question was, where's that balance, right? So one thing is actually taking time with yourself to heal. Right? So when I first got divorced, because I've been divorced now for 8 years. So when I first got divorced, I used to tell every guy that approached me, because I'm kind of cute. So I get
Hey,
I get a little
toot
bit of
it.
attention.
Toot it. Hey,
I
go.
get a
I
little bit
mean,
of
it
attention.
is what it is. Hey,
Just a little bit.
right.
So, but I would tell them all the time, be straight up upfront with them, and say, hey, I don't want anything serious. I don't want no relationship. None of that. Bye. No. Why? Because I understood that I needed time to be with myself. And I feel like a lot of women don't do that. And men too.
Yeah.
Both sides. They don't do that. They actually just jump into another relationship without taking time for themselves to actually heal themselves. So then when they are healed and they are ready, and I'll just talk about me in my instance, right? And it was actually a couple years ago when I decided that, what, I might give the next person a real chance. Um, a real chance.
Right.
Because I also identified that I never gave no one a real chance, right? So I
Right.
knew what I was doing the whole
Right.
time, right? I would actually sit back and try to let go of some of those, the dominance, the aggressiveness, so that I can be just tapped into my femininity, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, it's a little hard because here's the thing, like for me, and I'm gonna just talk about for me, I am a natural giver. Like I am just a genuine person. Okay. So unfortunately for me, I'm going to attract, because of how polarity works, opposites, I'm going to attract the manipulators. That is that's just what's gonna happen. That's how it
Man.
works. I'm a giver, so I'm gonna attract a taker. And not
Right.
necessarily saying that, well, takers are manipulators. But in saying this, it's saying I might attract someone that does not even recognize that they are a
Got
manipulator,
the
right? Because
manipulative
they might not
traits.
have, yeah, they might not even have taken time for themselves.
Right.
Um, so for me, when I identify it in them, then my femininity is gonna be out the door again. It's like, uh, but that's me. That's me.
I don't think that is wrong with that. I
Well,
mean,
thank you, because I feel like
I
that's a good
like
thing.
seriously, because I mean, circus hiring every day. If they clowns, they want to be clowns. Go over there. It's man, people are. It's not playing. I mean, it's time to get serious. So I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Like me listening to that. I know they got to be hard, man. So I don't know. Have you thought about maybe changing? Maybe try something else.
What you mean
Not
changing?
no. I ain't got nothing against if people do whatever. Not I don't mean anything like that. Let's get that straight. No, I mean maybe change the particular type of fella you like. If you was strictly
So,
black men, go to the white side or Puerto
so
Ricans
that
or
is
something. I
why.
mean, I
So
don't
that
know.
is why. That is why I said age, right? So
Right,
I am one. I don't look at color at all. I'll date. It doesn't matter. I kind of go for mindset, right?
right.
That's what attracts me is my intelligence is actually what truly attracts me is intelligence for me, right? So I'm not speaking for the 80% of women because of 80% of women I
Oh
know
no, no,
are
no,
not
no.
like
You speaking about that 80%.
mm-mm.
Because I spoke for 80% for
I'm
45
speaking
minutes.
for
You better come
I'm gonna
on.
speak for the 20% because see me, I'm rare. So
Okay. Hey,
I
well,
gotta go
I,
20%.
Reverend,
20
Reverend,
I
preach
am
then.
rare, okay? You're
Y'all
not gonna
heard her.
find me. You're not gonna find
Okay.
me
I
at
know that's
all.
right.
And I even say this, I'm not trying to, sound a certain way
Hey,
or
why
anything.
not? Do your thing. This is your platform. Hey, he might be out there
But
listening. You better talk your talk.
but but for me, um every man that was probably a little bit significant in my life, I don't have truly any bad blood with them,
That's good.
at all. And the reason why is that each one of them has said, "You're rare." Each one. I wasn't ready. I didn't know. And what I kind of learned about that is that being that I am a genuine person, right? What I give naturally is a energy, feeling, connection, however you want to look at it, that they've never had before, right? So they're like, shoot, I don't even know. One, they probably wasn't even ready because they're manipulating the situation
I
anyway. They weren't
feel
even
you.
ready for it. And I naturally just give it off. That's just what happens. I just naturally give it, and then they're not ready. And then, guess what? 3, 6, 12 months later, here they go hitting me up. They number not saved in my phone anymore. I delete people on December 31st every year. Like, did you making it to next year? Nah, you ain't making it to next year. Delete, delete, delete. That's me.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Hey,
That's me.
hey.
That's me.
Do you see
Right?
this good? Do
But
you see this good question right there, though? That's
it
for you.
says,
That's
let's
definitely
see.
for you.
What do you do to correct what you attract? Not you, but what can we do to shift who we attract? And see, that's the thing. So for me,
Mhm.
um, as a natural, genuine giver type of person, you have to actually set boundaries because in being a natural giver or a genuine person, you're an empath, right? You feel for
Mhm.
people, but you
Right.
have to learn to set boundaries for people, right? And that's just what I have done. So now I can about figure out a person within 2 weeks. Like if I talk to you every single day in 2 weeks, I know you all the way. Know you that I could be a therapist, your
Mm,
best friend.
mm.
I've already figured out.
Woo! Hey,
So,
you definitely are
but that's
somebody's mama. That's the mama vibe in you. You already,
the
hey,
right,
14
right?
days, it's over with. Who you think you trying to slick a can of
Who
oil?
you
Stop
fooling?
it.
It's like I didn't birth you. Wait a minute here,
Right. Hey,
right?
man.
So it's like now when you get to that point, you have to because you're attracting it, right? And you want to figure out whether or not this connection will work.
Right.
You have to then start, dropping little crumbs. Now I'm gonna drop a crumb and tell you how to get me, how to even attain me, right? I'm gonna tell
Right.
you. But I'm
right.
not just gonna say like, hey, if you want to attain me, this is what you have to do. A,
So
B, C.
so
I'm not gonna tell you that.
so basically, what you're saying is you got to be attentive. You
Yeah.
got okay. Hey, we not giving away
I
no
pay
more. So
attention.
don't say nothing else. Make we ain't giving away no more gems. I'm running my mouth too much because I'm
Man,
listening, paying attention. I'm shutting up,
man.
y'all.
But
But
you do. You
listen,
gotta pay attention. And you know what? My time, is priceless.
hey,
So
it better be.
it better be. I'm a single
It better
mom.
be. Yes,
I am
ma'am.
a
It
single
definitely better be.
mom. So I'm not looking for another kiddo, to raise up. I need for you to come ready. And I'll sit up here and give you little hints. But if you
Uh,
don't figure it out on your own, the hints, then you gotta go. Somebody say
so,
give away the
fellas,
secret. No.
fellas, just listen. Listen. This is the number one thing. Pay attention. They're gonna tell you everything if you listen. Because guess what they do? They say stuff on purpose just to see if you're going to listen. And believe you me, that conversation will come up in a whole different form next week. And if you ain't hit a key word of what was said, you lost, brother. Don't think you getting another shot.
No, out the
You
door.
don't get a second chance for a first impression. Don't ever forget that.
That's true. That is definitely true. But you know what I actually am doing, because you said, do you change the age groups, different races, all that, right?
Hmm.
So what I and Angie was talking about was, I'm like, oh, maybe we should do like 15 years older. And I even said, I was like, man, 15. Can I do that? Could I really?
15. Yeah. Can you for real, for real? You maybe
I
can talk.
don't
You
know.
can
I'm
the
gonna try
talk,
it
the
out. I'm gonna test it
conversation.
out. I'm gonna just test it out
Uh,
and see. Because you
look
know
here.
what? I'm gonna tell you this. I guess I'm not telling you. I'm telling the world. But I'm gonna just say this. There's this older man,
Uh-oh.
15 years. Look,
Uh,
15. Oh,
uh-oh.
yeah, yeah.
Zaddy.
Rough. Look, rough,
Zaddy.
roughly. But you know what? When he approached and how he approached, I think I talked to him maybe like 2 days or so, and he said some things, and I was like, dang, he already know. And it
Guess
was just
why
like,
though? You know why?
because where he
15
is in life.
years. Yes.
And
So
I was like,
that's maybe
what?
where
This
you
is
want to be.
I can't do my age group no more.
Uh-oh. Hey,
I
Zaddy
don't know.
done made it bad for the youngins. They better come with it. What you
They better
say?
come with it.
Hey,
They
that's
better
hey,
come with it.
listen,
They definitely do.
you gotta do what's best for you. You know what I'm
That is
saying? And
true.
if you need you at 55, 60, go. Hey,
Hey, because you know
grown is
what?
grown.
This one guy who is in the 35 to 40 range, he had said to me, he was like, hey, you know what? Uh, all the things that I've done with you, like take you fine dining and this and that or whatever. He was like, any other woman would already be in love, you know? And he was like, but you, it's like, dang, well, okay, you did that, and you gotta do some more. Like
Oh,
he's like, I gotta get healed. I gotta do this. Yes, sir. Yes.
homeboy, hey, that's red flag. Anytime your money gotta speak for everything else, you lost, brother. You lost, man. You gotta have a broke man. You gotta have a poor man's mind. You know, your mindset can't be about what you got. That don't mean nothing. What happened if something was to happen to you? In my case, went in the hospital, could eat and drink whatever I want. Got at that hospital, I couldn't do nothing. What happens when that happens?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying that.
exactly. Because you
Well,
should
it
be
gotta
out here
be
looking
deeper
for a
than that.
partner.
Right. You talk about, oh, I wind it down. That's what you're supposed to. We on a date, Paul. We on a date though.
That's what you're supposed to
I'm
do.
just saying,
But
that's just me though.
some guys, and this was actually a question: can men give without getting something in return? Can men do that?
Yeah,
Can they really do that though?
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I do it all the time. What you mean? Like
I mean,
gifts and
I
stuff?
know you do it all the
No,
time.
no,
What about
I think
what about all the other men, all the other
oh
35 to 40s?
yeah, it can be done, but I'm gonna tell you something. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna be honest. It just depends on the woman. what a man is willing to do, and you know what I'm saying. A man only gonna treat you how you let him.
True. That is
So
true.
if we go out on the first date, right, or whatever the case, you go out with a gentleman, or whatever the case may be, and you give him everything he thought he wanted on the first date, what's left? What's
Exactly.
left? And it's crazy because me at 40 years old, almost 41 next month, I'm saying this, but it's the truth. Like Pac said it, tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy. What about teasing your man? You know what I'm saying? And I think as men, we also got to learn how to stimulate our mind beyond the sexual aspect. Or
Yes.
besides, I did this so you owe me. It ain't a owe you, bro. If you ain't do it because you wanted to, why do it? Because don't hold stuff over folks' head.
Yes,
You
that
know,
part.
I'm just
That
saying. I'm
part.
sorry. I'm done.
That
For
part.
the remaining of the show. I'm here with you. I'm just all right. You're right. I'm shutting up.
No, you can talk.
You
Talk
ain't
on
finna have
it.
all the fellas
Talk on it.
mad at me because I'm being honest. You
I
already
just
got.
had
All
this
right.
conversation. I literally just had this conversation not too long ago. And I have a lot of male friends.
I
I
heard you
have
say that.
yeah, I have an older brother, and all of his friends are my big brothers. So
Right.
I saw things early on,
Right.
early. I was probably about 13 years old, and I watched how they play, football with these chicks, basically, right? And I'm gonna say football. I mean, it is Sunday night football right now, going right now. So I'm gonna say
Right.
football. I'm gonna use this analogy, right?
Okay, that's a good analogy.
And they would have a chick, they in the end zone, they on the 1 yard line, and they be like, all right, am I gonna go for the touchdown? It's fourth down right now. Am I gonna go for the touchdown, or I'm gonna go take the field goal? So the field goal is basically another chick, and the touchdown is the one that you probably been messing up with. So which way am I gonna do, right? What am I gonna do? And I actually watched how they finessed chicks. And I was like, dang, y'all dumb.
Hey,
But
or either they dumb or your brothers were smooth operators. No
super
Sade, you hear
smooth.
me? They was that mouthpiece of trip, man.
Man,
So
man,
were
man.
they really dumb, or were they just
I
that
mean,
good
they
with
got finesse.
words?
They got
Uh,
finesse. They definitely got
fair
finesse.
exchange ain't never been no robbery. You better stop it. No, just
They
play.
got finesse. They got finesse.
Right,
But
right.
because of that, that also kind of helped within my mindset and how I actually, move
Like,
around too.
ooh, I wish they would, because I know when you trying to sub me in
Because I
enough, I
already
wish you
know.
would. I
I
saw
wish
it.
you.
Oh, so you really gonna try to play me like, okay, all right,
Yeah, it's really the insult to my intelligence. That's
right.
that's really what it is. You insulted my
Yes, ma'am.
intelligence here because you think that you slick. Nah, I got this.
So, so
Yeah,
Greg said, but what if she ordered from that side of the menu?
go ahead. You answer that.
Elaborate a little bit more, Mister. Come on, give me some more to work with. It's a couple ways we can go. I think.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah, I need for
Greg,
him to elaborate a little bit, go a little bit more in that question to that
yeah.
question.
Let's see. Let's see if he come up with something.
Right, because we got
Okay.
off course, and I'm like, okay, let me figure out what she gonna order from the menu.
Let's
I
see
don't
what
want to say nothing wrong.
I thought we were talking about football, so I don't know.
Right,
Maybe okay. We'll see later on if he says something later.
right.
Yeah, we'll just see. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. But yeah, but because I have a lot of male friends, this is what I'm saying. Because I have a lot of male friends, I actually was talking about this with a guy about doing things, right? Doing
Hmm.
things out of just the goodness. Because there's kind of like two different types of men. There are like the men that's just like the natural givers. Like if you part of his circle, however you want to, his connection or whatever you want to look at it, like he's giving, right? He doesn't expect anything in return. He just wants to we gonna leave Greg alone here. We gonna leave Greg alone. But if he's like the natural giver, he's going to definitely just give without expecting anything in return. But then you have those other men who actually use giving as a form of manipulation because they really just try to control the situation. So, do you feel that because we're talking about what type of woman do men really want? Do you feel that a lot of men, when they are going after the woman that they want, do they manipulate the situation to get her?
I apologize. I was experiencing a few things. I heard you. I kind of
It's
a little
okay. I
bit.
got you.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Would you like me to repeat it? The question?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
One more
Got it.
time.
So
Thank you.
I was saying that it's two different types of men. It's the natural givers that if you part of his connection, they give without even thinking about anything in return, right? A lot of times that type of man just want to see you do good. They want to see you be successful, whatever it is, right? Um, then there's the other men that they only give in order to receive something in return, right? Because it's really
Yeah.
a form of manipulation. Their giving is a form of manipulation. So do
Right.
you think, or even what percentage would you say of men when they're going after the type of woman that they want, that they manipulate the situation?
I really can't speak on that because I don't know nothing about that. But like me, I'm a natural giver. Like I make sure my wife get purses. I make sure fly. I haven't done that in a while, but like that's my love language. If my wife's sick, I'm gonna go get a care package. And these are all things that if she on here looking, watching, that she can get in the comments and say, he ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? She don't feel well. I'm gonna make sure she good. When it's that time of the month, I know what she need. You already got the Hershey's coming. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
All of that. So, but these are things again. I had to learn this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So
You gotta
before
learn it.
you learned it, were you the manipulator type then? That you manipulate the situation before you learn it? Because again, you keep saying you have to
Yeah,
learn it. So it
yeah,
seemed like then you
of
were
course,
you were a
yeah,
taker.
of course. In my younger mind, of course, I'm I'm giving to get. Of course, that's my 90% is giving to get. You know what I'm saying? But as the years go and you grow, and if you are maturing and you are gaining knowledge and wisdom, and getting further in life with different things and experiences, then that ain't the right way to be. But it's always a but. Some men don't. They still on that. They don't get it, and folks be wondering why their life is so stagnant.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
law of attraction. You give what you get. But again, and even with that, it was a conversation my wife and I had had because at times used to be like, but when you sick, I make sure you good. But why you don't do this for me or why you don't do that? That's not her love language. That's mine.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's just it's a lot that go into this thing, man. It ain't just let's get married and all that. Man, it's some work. It's just like going to school because you know them, but in order for it to work, you gotta learn them.
That's true. That is
You know what
true.
I'm
That is
saying?
key. Learning. Learn your
You gotta
audience.
learn 'em. You gotta learn them.
Learn the audience.
You gotta learn them.
So so tell me then, the man that gets hurt, the hurt man, right? The man that's been married and divorced, right? And may have even felt that they were used even in their marriage, or maybe they just feel like they didn't get what they felt that they should have received during their marriage. How do they navigate that hurtness to not project it onto the next woman when they are seeking the next woman?
Therapy. Get on that couch. Like I said, I dealt with severe anxiety and depression. You know what I'm saying? I lost my brother at an early age, 20. I never really grieved. So later on in life, my late 20s, it caught up to me. You know what I'm saying? I lost my dad in 2019. You know what I'm saying? So therapy is key. I don't care what nobody say. Like for real, find you a good therapist.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody. Get it out because it's better out than in. Just like gas. Get that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Get
Get
that
your
out.
life skills coach.
Yeah, all of that. All of
All
that.
of that. Because
That's the
that's
key
key.
to it. And black men, therapy is okay. That don't mean you're crazy. That mean you're smart. You gotta identify those problems, those issues. It ain't always somebody else.
Oh yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because
saying?
sometimes it started in the youth, in your childhood
Yeah.
that you
Oh yeah.
got blocked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Majority of the time, that's what There's a lot of people that's still dealing with stuff when they was 9 and 10, and here you are, your baby finna be 18 next week. Talk to
Yeah.
somebody.
Yes.
That's the key to it,
Yeah.
man. That's why we
Yeah.
so far behind. We think it's a problem to get help. It's not, man. Talk to somebody. Seriously.
Yeah. Yes.
Pastor, whoever, anybody. Seek an opinion. How about that?
Say it again. Say
Seek an
it
opinion.
again.
Talk to
Because
somebody
another person, another part, another relationship is not the answer.
at
It's
all.
just a cycle.
It ain't even a Band-Aid. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. Crash course. Because you're gonna be full of, and the worst type of man is an emotional man. It's worse than any woman. And that's real talk.
Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Because if I would have said it, I would have been like, oh, that's just a
No,
woman.
that's just me. Listen, I'm giving you a hard time about what you said. I never said anything you said was wrong. I'm just saying from a male perspective, but let's be honest. We don't deal with things like y'all do. So if I'm hurt, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I need to get my lick back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a man. So you hurt my feeling. You done broke me down, got me looking crack. Oh, I need my lick back times 5.
Man.
That's honesty. It shouldn't be like that, but that's the world we live in.
That is true. That is true. Ooh, that is so true. That's basically like if a woman's sitting up here doing to you what you done to her, y'all can't take it. Y'all can't take it at all.
So,
But
they always talk about normalizing something. Let's normalize. How
my
about
biggest one,
normalize communicating, normalize how you feel. And I'm saying that because I'm guilty of this too. I still, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't say what I need to when it festers, and bullshit crap happens when stuff festers. Get it out.
yeah, yeah,
Normalize that.
yeah, yeah,
Normalize not the family being so dysfunctional and letting dysfunction be the rule of everything.
yes,
Normalize dysfunction and getting it back right. Apologizing. Let's normalize that.
yes. Get rid of them generational
For
curses.
real.
Get
Seriously,
rid of
man.
them generational curses.
Ava, but these are only things that I'm speaking that I speak over me too though. Like this how I feel like it's different things that I gotta be better at.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
In order
yeah.
for myself to be successful, I gotta be better. I know I like to jump the gun. That caused a lot of confrontation in my household because I'm so quick to, but then think about it and get to apologizing. Yeah, she gonna be like, okay, but why even jump?
That's true. Yeah. So we gotta normalize some things. I appreciate all of what you said because that is what I preach. I preach this.
Yes,
Yes. I'm
ma'am.
looking. Look. So for all the men that's watching that, I've been single for 8 years. All of everything that he just said, that is the type that I'm looking for. So that's the type. If you're not on that, I don't want you. So thank you, Armand, for being here with me today on Views and Opinions Vibes. I truly appreciate you coming on for us to hold this conversation. Thank you to all the viewers that are watching, or even the ones that's going to replay it back. Thank you. We are out. We're out tonight. So enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Finish off that football game. Have a good night.
What you heard was nothing but the vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Feels like only yesterday that we were together.